This is Bruce Friedman of Adult Site Broker, and welcome to Adult Site Broker Talk, where each week we interview one of the movers and shakers of the adult industry, and we give you a tip on buying and selling websites. This week we'll be speaking with Andy Wullmer, the traffic captain of CreatorTraffic and Traffic Partner. I'd like to invite you to check out one of our projects that we're very proud of, thewaronporn.com. You'll find articles on age verification laws and more on the industry's plight in the war on porn and the numerous attacks on us. Go to thewaronporn.com and check it out. Adult Site Broker has launched a new website at adultsitebroker.com. The attractive new site is easier to navigate and now includes this podcast inside of it. Check it out at adultsitebroker.com. Finally, just a reminder, we're always looking for buyers and sellers of adult sites. Perhaps you've been thinking about either selling your site or buying one. Always feel free to contact me at adultsitebroker.com with any questions you may have. Now time for our property of the week that's for sale at Adult Site Broker. We're proud to offer a premium fan platform comparable to OnlyFans in features and functionality. They offer creators advantages over OnlyFans, such as collab posts and a lifetime referral program. They also allow management companies to create an agency account to receive their management fees directly from the platform. Plus, the site's look, feel, and functionality are far superior to OnlyFans. This is a growing platform with a massive upside. Most of the traffic is in the U.S. and other Tier 1 countries. There are currently 463 creators, with more being added daily. There are over 43,000 users on the site, with over 2,000 new users per month. Only $1.5 million. Now time for this week's interview. My guest today on Adult Site Broker Talk is Andy Wullmer, a.k.a. the traffic captain of Traffic Partner and CreatorTraffic. Andy, thanks for being back with us on Adult Site Broker Talk.
Thank you, Bruce. It's always good to talk with you and live on all the shows and here on your podcast. Check it out now.
Great to have you. Let's tell everyone about you. Andy has been in the adult industry for over 25 years. He's the CEO of mobile for Traffic Partner with multiple brands. Lately, Andy's main duty is to run CreatorTraffic, which provides high-quality traffic to OnlyFans models. CreatorTraffic.com is a search engine for mainstream and adult content creators and their fans. Fans and subscribers use their search engine to discover more creators, helping them build their fan base and income quickly and easily. Traffic Partner has been in business since 1997 and offers direct advertisers casual and mainstream dating products and apps. That means Mike is even older. So, Andy, great to have you back. CreatorTraffic has been around for over 3 years now. Maybe you can catch us up on how things are going.
Well, the point is we bought the sites Fansmetrics and WhoBite, and of course we wanted to have the traffic, and then we saw the chance that this traffic converts way better on OnlyFans than to send this traffic only to our dating sites. And of course, everybody saw the success of OnlyFans, and we didn't want to make only a copy of the site. And as our company name is Traffic Partner, and I'm the traffic captain, so we said, okay, why not bring this traffic to the people who can monetize it the best? And if you have OnlyFans traffic, of course, it's models and agencies. So we decided to make CreatorTraffic and bring this traffic in. That was all the beginning. I wanted to make it as professional and most easy for the models and for the agencies. We structured the whole platform like self-service, very easy. You upload your picture, you put your link. So you can put your daily budget, you can put some keywords, but nothing super fancy. It's not science rocket, because we know that we have a lot of models and they are not professional media buyers, but they want promotion. And In the first year, we concentrated, of course, in getting more models and more agencies to the platform. And as our platform is a real-time bidding platform, we saw that we had a higher demand on traffic than we could get from our websites. So in the second year, we made the decision to also allow affiliates coming in. So make it a real network where you have publishers and advertisers. And that was a big step because, of course, affiliates need to match our quality standards and how to test out if the traffic is converting well. So we have one bigger agencies. They give us all the statistics. And so when a new affiliate sent us traffic, we sent this traffic to specific models, and we calculate the conversion rate from clicks to free sign up, and also how many people later buy. And only if your website got this criteria, then we allow you as an affiliate to send us traffic. So that was in the second year. And then we had the next problem. We found very few sites that had the same quality than Fansmetrix and Whobite. As we had a minimum CPC price, and this time around 50 cents, you need to deliver high quality. If not, the agencies will not buy in it because they don't make profit. We didn't grow in the second year too much. I would say we grow in traffic by perhaps 20-30%, which is not a lot for me. So for other companies would be happy if they grow, but not for me. And we were looking always for sites with high quality traffic, and it was very difficult. Then last year in November, a lot of the sites on top and also our own sites got penalized by Google. So we lost positions in the Google SERPs and we lost traffic.
Something new.
Yeah, well, it was, I think in my career of 25 years, was the fourth time that Google was disturbing my business.
Screwed you. Yeah, basically.
Screwed you.
Yeah.
And the point is, especially our website, Fansmetrix, is the best search engine for OnlyFans models in the market. There's so many data, so many models. We have all the information about models. It was really, disturbing for our business, but not only for us, also for a lot of affiliates. At the same time, our modelsearcher.com site was going up because this is a little bit like Instagram for models. So the models post daily fresh content. So we saw that these kind of sites go up. But Model Searcher was not so concentrated only on OnlyFans because we were also open to other fan sites like FanBlast or Loyal Fans, Slushy, Mim. And that was a decision. Now in January, we said, okay, if we cannot find only OnlyFans related traffic and we want to keep the quality for the price high, so we made the decision to change our system from a minimum price of 50 cents to a maximum price of 50 cents, which have the result that we say, okay, traffic like Fansmetrix, Model Searcher, we can sell for 50 cents. Other traffic from other sites, we sell for 40 cents. Other traffic for 30 cents, 20 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents. And so we get an average sale price. I think right now it's about 30 cents, 31 cents. But on this way, we are open to more affiliates which have sites which is good traffic. Perhaps it's not so OnlyFans related, but it converts. But after our testing process, for example, we do still the same. You're a new affiliate. We send all your traffic on special models. Then we have the first key number we always look is the CPL. So how many clicks we need to get a free sub. And then we could look how many free subs pay something. And with this change, we got a lot of new sources of traffic, which makes us even bigger than before the Google penalization of OnlyFans sites.
That's good.
And of course, now it's more that we need more buyers again because we have more traffic. It's always, the old game between traffic sources, traffic buyer, traffic sources, traffic buyer.
Yeah.
So right now, if you're out there and you need traffic, come to CreatorTraffic.com. And if you use the adult broker podcast keyword, I give you 20%. Spontaneous.
Okay. Talk a bit about the overall state of the OnlyFans traffic scene.
There's one other site that was also penalized, OnlyFinder. They offer some similar services like us, but they got hit very hard because they were the biggest OnlyFans search site and they got completely penalized by Google. I'm not knowing how good they do right now. And beside this, there's a lot of other sites. They offer traffic, but mostly the quality. You get a lot of subscribers, but they are then from countries they never pay, like Indonesia, Pakistan, India. So, and there's a lot of other people. They tell you, okay, we get you traffic through Reddit. One point is to spend directly on the traffic. Like I prefer it's a transparent process. If you go to get traffic through Reddit, for example, or hacking into dating sites like Bumble or Tinder, you need to pay somebody. So you spend money on the working time of somebody and you don't know how are the results. And it's way more difficult to track all this. The other side that agencies always did even before we came to the market is social media. If you know how to run the Instagram game, or if you have a model that is already famous and have hundreds, thousands, or millions of followers, of course, you can make money with these social media accounts. But there you need to be very careful about the content. And also you cannot link directly to OnlyFans. So you need to use a site like, you need like Get My Link or other sites or to bring the traffic first on the other site. So there's different traffic sources, but my one is very calculable. You know, you pay CPC and you get fans. The other one is always gambling with social media, or you need to hire people. And of course, if you go into dating apps and make fake dating, this is very gray market. I don't support this. And for example, in our own dating sites that we have with Traffic Partner, we have quality managers and kicking these accounts very fast out. So if you're in an agency with models with high social media, if you use it carefully, you can use this as a very good traffic source. I hear from a lot of agencies that TikTok is very difficult right now. As soon they see some videos, OnlyFans related, they kick your accounts out very fast. And on X, formerly Twitter, they don't kick you out, but they do what they call shadow banning. And I have models, they have like 500,000 followers on Twitter, and they do a nice post and they get only 50 likes. Then you know you get shadow banned.
Exactly. It's part of being in this business, unfortunately.
Yeah. And that's strange to me because, you know, on X, you can post all these political and racism kind of content and nobody shadow bans you.
You can post porn. You can post hardcore porn if you want.
Yeah, but then you get into shadow banning. Yeah. I mean, they treat adult more strict than all the other politic stuff they do. That's very strange. If they say freedom of speech, also titties have the freedom of speech.
Damn right. Free the nipple. That's what I always say. I wasn't the first to say that, but I like it in that context. Since you guys first started, OnlyFans traffic acquisition has gotten more and more competitive, as we just talked about, and pricey. So how do you guys deal with the expense of the campaigns? I guess you guys really kind of have something for everybody, right?
Well, the point is, like our traffic, like I said before, we try to value by our test results. With the affiliates, we make a clear 50-50 split. So if the affiliates deliver us traffic and I sell his traffic for 20 cents, he get 10. If I can sell his traffic for 40 cents, he get 20 cents. On the other side, for the agencies and the models, it's very difficult because I can only make sure that I deliver traffic with a certain quality. So everybody have mostly the same CPL. So let's say our CPL is between $2.50 and $3 for a free sub. But then it's in the hand of the agencies. How good are your chatters? That's the first guy. Some people still use cheaper Philippine chatting agents. And of course, if you have a whale, I have always this example. We had a model. She is from New York. She's a black model and she talks these New York black sex slang. And if a fan subscribed to her and is willing to pay hundreds of dollars for content, and then you put a Filipino chatting with him,
or Indian or whatever, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, or Indian or whatever, or even German or whatever. If he's not from New York and have this sex slang that people talk in New York in the year 2025, then he will realize very fast that's not her. And then, because in the OnlyFans business, it becomes also more and more like the game to look for whales, like it was in casinos, like it was or is in the cam industry. So make sure when you have your whales, put good chatters. And then, of course, if an agency buy traffic from us and they are smart with their chatters, they bring their campaigns profitable. And others, they say, oh, your traffic is not good. I don't make it profitable. And I said, hey, sorry, I provide you the same traffic like I do for other hundreds of agencies. They are happy with the traffic. If you're not happy with the traffic, perhaps you need to work on your product.
Maybe it's something you're doing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like any lead generation situation. Somebody can provide the leads all day, but you have to sell them. And chatting is the way that customers are sold in this business.
Exactly. And then it's also about every model is different. Of course, when you have a model which is more in a niche scene, cosplay or other niches, then the chance that you get these kind of whale customers is way higher than when you have the standard blonde, big boobs model that there's thousands of them. So like in every adult industry, the more or the bigger the market gets, the more you need to go in niches to find the customers who are willing to pay a lot because they don't get it somewhere else. We saw this very dramatically in the pay sites, and we see this also in the live cam business, and we see this now in OnlyFans business. And it's not only OnlyFans. Also, some agencies, they buy the traffic first to bring them to OnlyFans, or even they have a pre-lender site where the customer can decide if he wants to go to OnlyFans, to the Livecam, to FanBlast, to LoyalFans, to MIM or 4Based or whatever other sites are out there. And because as an agency, once you have the content, why you should only sell it on one platform? And also when it comes to countries, for example, OnlyFans only have credit card as payment method. That means that in Europe, 50% of the people don't have a credit card. And especially, for example, in France, Mim.com is a very popular French solution. In Germany, for example, FanBlast and 4Based are very popular. And in Europe, you have LoyalFans. So there's other local payment methods, which makes this way more interesting. So if you buy traffic from us and you have only OnlyFans, but you get traffic from Europe, perhaps 50% of this traffic you cannot convert because there's not the right payment method.
Sure. You know, as big as OnlyFans is, they leave so much money on the table. It astounds me. I've seen the types of dollars that they do every year, but it just amazes me how much better they could be, just how much better they could be. And payments is a big one because that's probably a third of your customers that you're just kicking right out the door. How can creators determine if they're buying quality traffic instead of junk?
Well, the point is normally in every media buying, with Traffic Partner, we buy a lot of traffic for our dating sites. And tracking is the king. So OnlyFans offer only a very basic tracking tool. So in the end, it's like OnlyFans / model name / C1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm not even sure if this is really counting correctly, how much time the user have to, there's no transparency in it. Most of the agencies that I know, they use tracking software or CRM systems like Inflow is a good one, and Super Creator, Monster AI. So there's many of these tools in the market, and there you can go way deeper in the tracking tools. And also what you need to see, that's funny when I have unexperienced models or media buyer coming to CreatorTraffic, they buy traffic, let's say they put the $100, and next day or 2 days later they say, hey, I lost money with your system.
Jeez, 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, exactly, because they need to learn, first you send somebody to a free site, because the big difference in making traffic from social media against buying traffic is on social media, let's say Instagram, the customer follow you on Instagram. He saw already 100, 200 pictures. He saw real stories. He is already hooked. So when he finally come through the Linktree site to your OnlyFans, he is willing to spend the $9.99 subscription or whatever. In our case, the guy comes from Google. He wants to discover models. Perhaps he put a preference like OnlyFans, big tits, small tits, black, white, Asian, whatever. Then he comes to our site. He see a lot of models. Then he see your ad, one picture. So he clicks on that picture, come to your OnlyFans. And of course, we recommend to do a free one because he saw only one picture. Why he should spend directly $9.99 on a subscription if he only saw one picture? So you bring them into the free sites, and then you need, with your chatting team or you as a creator chatting yourself, you need to convert this guy to a VIP client who pays and then selling content. So you need to see the lifetime value of a customer. If you spend $100 today, you should make your money back perhaps in 1 or 2 months, not in 1 or 2 days. If you see traffic that, like in a traffic partner with dating, or I know this also from live cams, you need up to 6 months to make your money back. So this is something I'm teaching a lot of models or new agencies there, because they come from the content creating. They're not professionals in media buying. And we do, for example, every Wednesday, we do live webinars where we do a lot of teaching, and education. And that's also when I do my OnlyFans or my fan site meetups on the internet, in Cyprus, on the Venus show in Berlin. I do this to bring speakers together to teach people why I need a tracking system, why I need a chatting control system, how to learn to make the right content, how to deal with tags, how to make content that customers want, how to go in the niche market, how to buy traffic, all these topics. Because I was surprised when I started 3 years ago, most of the agency owners are in the age between 20 and 28. So they don't have a huge background in online marketing and all this stuff. Most of them came to the business by luck or because they had a big meme site on Instagram and models asking them for shout outs, or they had a hot girlfriend and she started OnlyFans and they took over the management. And on the other side, I'm surprised how good some of these agencies, they are like 22, 25, and how business-wise well they are doing. So because, I'm in my 50s, and I see a guy 30 years younger than me making millions, not only because of luck, because perhaps he came into the business by luck or by accident, but then they turn it into a professional business, because imagine some of them, they manage like 50 models, they manage 300 chatters, they handle hundreds of social media accounts. If you're not professional and structured and focused on your business, you would never scale that business up. So big shout out to some of these agencies.
I'll tell you what, some of the smartest people I've ever met in business are owners of OnlyFans agencies. I've got some really close contacts, and some of them, we have the same contacts, so you know who I'm talking about. And they for the most part like to stay low key, so I won't mention their names. But these are brilliant people, and they came from mainstream. They're in their 20s, 30s, some 40s, and they're college graduates. A lot of them have business degrees, and none of them come from adult. None of them come from adult. They all come from mainstream. And I got to tell you how impressed I am. So I agree with you, 1,000%. And I've brokered a number of OnlyFans agencies. So it's a business that I'm intimately familiar with. And one of the reasons is knowing you. So there you go. So you've been in the adult industry for a long time now. So in that time, the industry has experienced many challenges. How do you rank those compared to what's going on now with the whole age verification laws?
I was never too big in the US market, so I'm not really concerned with all these different state laws like Florida, Texas, or Utah. I'm not really the expert to talk about age verification. I'm the marketing, branding, and sales guy. We have a legal department taking care about this. But of course, I understand that there have to be some kind of regulation. But I said this in another podcast once. Imagine I'm the father and I go into the forest with my young children and I know there are wolves. So it's my responsibility as a father to protect my children. So how you can leave your children with an unregulated or censored computer and let them do whatever they want? I by myself have children and they are grown up already. But when they were younger, there was no free computer or mobile phone, which I not had a censorship or a code in or controlling their browsers. The first responsibility, in my opinion, is by the parents.
So true.
But when the government wants to do something against it, for example, in Germany, you cannot have any .de domain with adult content. So, of course, if you have it only in one country and then with the possibility of VPNs, if a 14, 15 years old boy or girl want to see some stuff, they know how to do it. They are smarter than us in using that.
I was going to say that. Yes, they are.
So it's not about that the government can do really a full control, and it's only disturbing the business in one country or in one state, and then it move in another place.
The EU now.
Yeah. But you see, for example, the Netherlands were always one of the most liberal countries in this, and also Austria is very liberal, Spain is very liberal. Well, Germany is liberal in many laws, but not online. Never, if you want to start an adult business, never buy a .de domain.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a really good point. But yeah, the EU, there's been a lot of news lately about the EU age verification, France's age verification, Spain, and Germany already has it, I think. UK is talking for this like 6 years.
Oh,
yeah. Like 12 years.
Oh, yeah. Our friend Steve,
yes.
he started. He even started a company.
I was thinking about him, and he kept going to shows. Oh no, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yeah. Well, they're still finalizing that bill, which just amazes me. But that's kind of the UK in a nutshell. We won't go there. OnlyFans and other platforms continue to grow like crazy. So where do you see it going in the future?
In the moment, I'm not so sure if OnlyFans is growing so much. First, if I see the agencies tell me that they make way less money per user. So the lifetime value of users is going down. The girlfriend experience that was very important, especially in the COVID when OnlyFans became big, is going down also because people can go out again. There's a lot of parties. You can go in restaurants, nightclubs. You have other ways to have the girlfriend experience. Then, like you mentioned before, OnlyFans is not updating any of their functions, their payment methods. So it's like, I can understand it. If you make so much money, you say, never change your running system. Okay. Then also you see a lot of new sites coming out, taking parts of the market away. If you see fanfics, fanblast, passes, loyal fans, slushy, is my girl, 4base, loyal fans, lover fans, dark fans. So there's many other companies taking it away. And also the new generation of models, if you see these kind of influencer models, they don't want to go to OnlyFans. OnlyFans have already these porn tech, I would say. So if you see 18, 19, 20, or 21 young influencer girl that she perhaps like the sexy stuff, but not really the porn stuff, she would not go to OnlyFans because her family, her friends, they always would say, oh, you're doing porn now. We see, for example, especially with Fanblast, that there's a lot of models, they don't do nudity. They only do, I would say, Instagram Sexy Plus or something like this.
Bikini, that kind of thing.
Bikini, exactly. And then private messages in a bikini say, hey, Andy, I love you so much. Happy birthday, blah, 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 blah. And this trend you see also in the US a lot. So I think the new generation of sexy influencer model, it goes more into a sexy lifestyle, I would say, away from OnlyFans porn to the sexy lifestyle. And there are already other platforms, they are playing with it and they get more and more attention. And sometimes I saw the news, I don't know if it's true, that they want to sell OnlyFans, but if I would be the owner, I would sell it now because it's on the top. I think there's no way more up.
The time to sell.
Yeah, if you're on top, sell it.
Oh, when you feel like you've maxed something out, you're crazy not to sell it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's always been my philosophy.
This is not financial advice. It's only my own opinion.
Well, absolutely. But when I advise clients, it's obviously up to them, but I tell them, look, watch your graph. And when your graph's going up and isn't going quite as high in a sharp direction as it was before, seriously consider putting it on the market.
Yeah. If you tell me this, then I need to be more careful if I buy something from you again.
You only get the truth, my friend. You only get the truth. And that's how I am with my buyers, too. I tell my buyers, the real truth, not what they want to hear, because the last thing you want to do is have buyer's remorse, and you don't want to have seller's remorse. So I like people to like me.
No, but it's good because, you see both sides. And for every company, there's a fair price. A price the owner can live with and the buyer can live with. And this is why the adult broker is the middleman for that. And that's
it's adult site broker, but I'll get you saying it right. We used to have somebody in Lori in the adult space who had adult. It was adult broker. Yeah, it was adultbroker.com. I miss her. And so a lot of people shorten it, which is a compliment because she's a lovely gal.
AdultSiteBroker.com. Check it out now. With Bruce, you always get the good deals.
All right. I'm going to record that and use it. So what's the biggest advantage for a creator to go with CreatorTraffic? Let's say you're giving your 60-second elevator pitch, which I know you have one. You can make it a 2-minute if you want, but tell me what you would tell somebody, either a creator or an agency that was talking to you.
Imagine first step, you are a new model. You don't have a lot of followers on social media. You make very good content, you make your OnlyFans, and you're sitting there and making no money because you don't have customers. So the same money you invest in creating your content, your time is money, everything, you need to have a certain budget for marketing. With CreatorTraffic, you can buy customers as easy from $100 starting. If you don't invest in your marketing, you will never grow, and it will take you forever to grow up your social media. For an agency, imagine you have a new model, she have no social media. Of course, you have experience to bring her up, but this will need like 6 months. If you, an agency, promised your model, hey, we will be your manager, we bring you up, and you make a lot of money with us, you need a kick booster. And CreatorTraffic is the kick booster. You put marketing budget in, and you start it now. In 5 minutes, you have your first customers coming in. So you have enough work for your chatters, and you prove the model that you're an agency that knows what you do. Because this is what we do. We boost models in seconds to get fans. And this social media, you need time. And a lot, especially if you're a new agency, new models, you don't have time. You need results now.
I'm sold. I've heard you talk many times about it, Andy, and you're real. And I think that's why you have so many clients, is because you're real, and you back up what you say, which is great. What's coming up the rest of the year for CreatorTraffic?
Well, mostly right now it's growing in traffic. That it's always once the system is working. So I need affiliates and I need more agencies for buying. That's both sides to be happy. The technology change we made in February from the minimum to the max was the perfect decision. It's open a wider range for affiliates, and it brings more traffic, because there were times where our agencies were fighting for the traffic. And if I have not enough traffic, that means the price goes up. And I try always to have exactly the right amount of traffic for the right amount of buyers. So both sides I'm working on. Then I'm very happy. The Venus show in Berlin in September, they invited me again. They gave me the complete B2B hall. We have 2 days fan site meetup. So I call it fan site meetup because I also want to invite all the alternative fan sites like FanBlast, Forbase, LoyalFans, and so on. Not only OnlyFans. We have a big OnlyFans or model scene in Germany and in Europe. I hope also some Americans come over, but even if I get only the Europeans ones. And then you have the nice combination. The Venus shows, we have the B2B hall where we are under us, the business people. And then you open one door and you are in the huge B2C hall, where there's more than 25,000 customers coming to see their stars. So I know a lot of models come there, and one day they sign the autographs and make pictures with their fan. And then they come also to our seminars listening about how to get better at marketing and traffic and all these others. It's a perfect combination. And this year it's in September, what I prefer, because October, Berlin is already a little bit cold from the weather. So I hope we will have a sunny, lovely September golden party in Berlin with all the fans and the models.
Yeah, Walter and I talked about that when we did the interview for Venus. They're calling it Venus Festival now. They've changed the name. So we'll call it the new name, Venus Festival, as opposed to the old name, Venus Berlin. And we were discussing your part in that. So yeah, he said we've got a fan site meetup, and I went, let me guess, Andy, and he went, of course. So there you go. We can't have an interview without discussing your passion, diving. Now, I understand you found a new spot, so tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I do scuba diving since '96, even longer than I'm in the adult industry. And I made all my license from open water to advanced diver, rescue diver, master diver, cave diver, deep diver, wreck diver, nitro action. I have all the license. So now...
Wait, you forgot muff diver.
But Well, the most important for me right now is to find new places. Unfortunately, if you're a scuba diver for so many years like me, if you come back to places, you're really sad if you see how many corals get destroyed. The sea life is going less and less. So there was always a place called Raja Ampat, which is between Indonesia and Papua Guinea. It took me from Bangkok. I took a 4 hours flight to Bali. I took another 4 hours flight to Papua. And then I went on the boat for 2 hours to come to a little island. It's called also the area called the Coral Triangle because it's between the Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean. And it was amazing from the corals. It's very untouched. There's very few hotels. I was on a little island, the Y Diver Resort. There were only 8 bamboo houses on the beach, and it was an all-you-can-dive hotel. So in the morning, we came up, we grabbed our bottles, we went with the locals on the little boats, and then we went in so many different dive spots. They have more than 50 different dive spots where you can go, and I was diving very close with huge mantas. I mean, like the 4 meters, 5 meters big ones. I saw bamboo sharks. I saw carpet sharks, very rare sharks you don't see in other places. And the corals were totally intact. Even we saw on one dive, we saw a manatee, which is super rare to see in the oceans. Yeah, so that was super amazing. And I stayed there like 3 weeks. And it was only about scuba diving. Everybody on the island was protecting nature, scuba diving, and very great experience.
Was that when you were out here in December?
Exactly. That was directly after the AW Bangkok show. I went down there.
Yeah, I figured as much. I know you were going to go on a dive trip, but you didn't tell me where. So what new spots are you planning on trying coming up in the future?
This year, because I always use the December, because the show is always in the beginning of December, and about 15th of December till 30th of December, it's the lowest season in business. It's about Christmas holidays, New Year holidays, and so on. So I and my business in the European.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
So I use always this time to go on a long diving vacation somewhere in Asia. I went to Palau, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia. This year again, I go to the Philippines. I want to go to the island of Palawan. And there, the scuba diving is about shipwrecks. There's a lot of shipwrecks from the Second World War. And they're not too deep, like 30, 40 meters. So for me as a pro, I can easily reach them. Also, the water is nice there. There's still a lot of fish. And shipwrecks become a biosphere like a coral reef. And it's fantastic to see how human trash become a new habit for nature.
Jeez. Yeah, we got to stop doing that. We got to stop polluting our oceans. That's for damn sure. Well, maybe someday, huh? Well, Andy, I'd like to thank you for being back again on Adult Site Broker Talk. And I hope we'll get a chance to do this again soon.
Perfectly. Thank you. And check out CreatorTraffic.com. Check out my YouTube channel, The Traffic Captain. There you can see all my adventures, scuba diving, and on the shows. So thank you, Bruce. And AdultSiteBroker.com, our choice when we buy companies. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My broker tip today is part 7 of how to buy a site. Last week, we talked about the agreement and escrow. So now you own the website. What do you do now? The first thing you should do is make sure you understand everything about the operation of the site. The previous owner will hopefully be available for a period of time to help you with this. As I mentioned last week, you should establish what the former owner's participation will be after the sale. You'll need to deal with production of new content, processing, paying affiliates, and many other things. If you don't have experience in these areas, you may want to consider using our general consulting firm, Adult Business Consulting. You can get more information on what this company does at adultbusinessconsulting.com. We help website owners project manage and guide them to the right vendors. Maybe the previous owner had all the right elements: processing, hosting, payments, production, scripts, etc., or maybe they didn't. We can help evaluate that for you. Let us know if we can help. Anyway, you'll now be operating the website. If you don't have someone like our general consulting firm to help, evaluate all of those items and everything the site is spending money on and using to operate the site. Make sure you're getting a good deal and that these companies are providing the right service, and check to see if you can do better. Hosting is a great example on something where people are often both overpaying and not getting the right service. Many times the server is just too slow. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to us on our site. Next week, we'll talk about how to sell a website. And next week, we'll be speaking with performer Reagan Fox. And that's it for this week's Adult Site Broker Talk. I'd once again like to thank my guest, the traffic captain, Andy Wullmer of CreatorTraffic and Traffic Partner. Talk to you again next week on Adult Site Broker Talk. I'm Bruce Friedman.